Hi, this is Greg Herder, and I want to welcome you to another short tutorial about your PowerCards account. Well, if you go to powercards.com and sign in, now one of the things that you need to do is upload your data lists. This can be your farm area. Now, people say, Greg, how big should my farm area? And it really doesn't matter. If you're going to do it bulk, remember that you need to have more than 200 people in a farm area. But if you have 2,000 people, you might want to break them into areas. Now, the formatting is pretty exacting that you need to have. And it's important that you understand this. So I'm going to blow this up here. And what you need to do is look at your database. And you need to have these fields exactly as you see them. So you've got first name, and it's got to be spelled first, capital F, name has to be capitalized, no space, last name, mail number, mail city, mail state, mail zip. And that has to be the headers at the top of your list. So you need to have those 6 fields and only those 6 fields in your data list. Now the first names should be, first name, now it's important to make sure that the first names are clean and effective. So Richard, Riona, and then Freo. Now, whether you have and or the and sign, that's totally a preference up to you. You can do it either way. It'll work equally well. Now, part of the trick is figuring out what happens when you have a variety of things that don't really fit a normal, format. And I'm trying to see if I have one in here that is this, and I see one here. And notice this says Glenn and Cheryl, England Payne. And this one actually was Glenn England and Cheryl Payne. And what I found is that because you know that they're going to pull the first name if you're going to do variable data printing, it's better just to say Glenn and Cheryl, and then just have both last names as if they were hyphenated. And it's not a perfect solution, but I found that works for most people. I also believe that you should eliminate as many middle initials as you possibly can. Now again, this is just my experience from mailing for many years. Unless you see something like down here where you see E.L. Nelson and it's in front. Now this is also a trust, so you can sort of figure out what you want to do on that. It could be E.L., you could put Nelson in the last name. There's no totally right or wrong. You just want to make it look as clean as possible. Now, people say, well, Greg, I see how your data list looks, and I can see there's 274 people in there. And notice a couple of things. I've added myself to this list. I always want you to add yourself to the list, and always add me in there as well. I love getting clients stuff, and I can also spot problems, and I can also tell you how long it takes to get from out of area mailing if you do have some people that are not in there, and I'd be happy to help you with that. People say, well, Greg, I got a list from the title company, and it looks like this. It says, owner's first name. Let's blow this up a little bit so we can actually see it. It says owner's first name, owner's last, parcel number, mail. Then it has mail street, mail city. How do I make this look? How do I make this into the right format? Well, first of all, what I would do is come along in here And I would select these fields here. We don't need parcel, mail out, mail letter, so I would just go up here and hit delete, and now those are gone. Then we've got the mail city, state, zip, but after that we don't need all this stuff going over here, so I'm going to go over here and select it all the way over here until there's nothing, and I'm going to go up here and hit edit and delete, and now I have a much more useful thing. So now I want to make sure that I put these into the right format. And I'm typing in first name, last name. Then I need mail address. Mail city. Mail state. And mail zip. So now it's all formatted in there, and now I can look at it and say, okay, what else do I need to improve on this? Now I can see that I'm missing an address here, so I can do a couple of things. First of all, I can select this and I can go try and find an address, but that can take a lot of time, and I found for the interest of time it's better just to say, well, let me just delete that record. And now I'm going to scroll down and look for any things that have information missing, and I'm just going to delete those. So I'm cleaning up my list. Now it also looks like I'm missing a first name here, and now I can go and decide, do I want to go and find this information, fill it in, or do I want to delete it? And for the purposes of this training, I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. You can go clean it up. And I'm just going to keep scrolling down here, and I have a couple more that have missing addresses, so I'm going to select these two, and again I'm just going to delete them, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through and look for all of the bad information and select it. Now if there's a lot as I scroll through here, what I can also do is say, well, let me just sort this. So I'm going to sort this on this particular field, and I'm going to go to sort, and it's going to give me this expand the selection, so I'm sorting on all the fields, and then I'm going to sort on last name. But do I really want to sort on last name? I think I'm going to go to sort on first name, and now I'm going to scroll down, get to the very bottom here, and there's names in all of them. So that really didn't help me, but I see that I'm missing some things, so I'm going to sort on address field. So I'm going to sort on mail address, hit OK. And then as I scroll down, all the ones without information in the address field show up at the bottom. So I can say, well, you know what? I could go and add people in here, or I can just delete them. And I'm going to delete them for the purpose of our records. And now I'm just going to scroll up here, and I see that my data looks pretty good. I'm missing a few last names. So let me go up here and sort the data on last name. And you want to make sure that you do expand the selection so that you get everybody together on this. And this one here is Church Daniel. Now, my best guess is that this is actually Daniel Church. And again, I'm just guessing. I don't know 100%, but that's what I'm going to do. So I just changed that to it. And then it says Tran Pong, T, and Pham. So this one, you have a variety of choices on what you can do with it. You can say, I'm not sure how to do this, but since we don't have time to actually find that out, I would go and I'm just going to delete this one. So now I have a data list and it looks pretty good. Now I'm noticing here that everything is pretty clean, and now I'm basically ready to upload it. What I need to do though is save it as, and I'm going to save this as a CSV file. This is a comma separated value file. And once I go and save that, I've got all my records in a CSV file. It's going to save a different file, so I'm going to save this one. And now I've got the Cold Creek files. So now I've got my Cold Creek files, and now what I'm ready to do is log into my PowerCards.com account. So I'm going to log into my PowerCards.com account. And I'm going to go over to my library, and it says upload database, and I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to find the file selected that I was looking for, and this is Cold Creek and the Falls CSV file. I'm going to hit open, and I'm going to hit submit, and it's going to upload that file. So now my database is in there, and I'm ready to use it. So if it doesn't upload, it's usually because the headers at the top are not correct. But I hope that helps you get your data into the correct format.